Hi there, Andrew Jackson, AJ Design Studio. So I said I'd make a video for Solidworks again if I found something that was actually useful to sharing. So I've got something that qualifies here. So I was working on something recently for a client and it was a surface model and it was quite a long way through, right? So we had to make some big changes to it, which meant I had to go back and I reconfigured several surfaces or rebuilt surfaces, etc. And then we had parts that were split out and shelled. And what happened was I started getting some flip surfaces, so offsets were going the opposite direction to the way they were supposed to go. It boiled down to the fact that you can't tell the surface normal which direction a surface is, inside or outside, just with that easily in SolidWorks without having to sort of fumble around and test surfaces by going offset and seeing which way they go. What we've got here is I've gone to the dark side and used a bit of the artificial intelligence help, put together a macro that I've sort of been thinking about for a while, but obviously my skills aren't that good with macros to get the result I wanted. So anyway, we've got this display normals box here, which can go, you can click it and it will show you the surface normal direction. The problem I encountered was the fact that depending on the order that you knit surfaces together in, or pick curves in within a surface, it will make the surface normal aim one way or the other. So when you've got everything set up and all the normals are aiming one way, and then for some reason those flip, then everything, like even offset entities, like in a sketch, will flip and go the other way. And at first it's like, oh crap. But then when you think about it, it just boils down to this one thing. So if there's an easier way to interrogate what's gone wrong, that would be really useful. So that's what this box does. So I'll show you the issue. This is just a test model, an old bike frame model I did a while back, but it illustrates the problem. If I go back here before all this gets joined together and go display normals, you can see some of the surfaces are aiming inwards, like these ones up here, their normals are aiming inwards, and these ones down here, they're aiming outwards. What happens if you watch this, if I go to knit 3 here and then go display normals, so these ones on the top are now aiming outwards. So if we go into that knit and have a look, we'll have a look at what the first selection is in that knit, which seems to dictate what everything else follows in the knit. So in this knit we've got trim 22. We delete these, you can see trim 22 here. The normals are aiming outwards. Actually, if I go display normals, that will update to show what it is before it actually joins. This seems to be independent of even if we're inside a function, so a feature. Okay, so because we've picked this surface first and the normals are aiming outwards, that means if we pick these other ones, even though this one here, the normals are aiming inwards, when we go OK, and we go update that, that will show that these normals are now aiming outwards. So let's just clear the normals, make it a bit clearer. If we go in here and we happen to go pick this surface first and then pick these other ones and go OK, and then analyze the normal directions, they're all aiming inwards. So now my offset here, okay, that's failed because it was supposed to go inwards, but now it can't go outwards because the curvature is somewhere. So that was the problem I was facing. And to isolate which knit was causing the surface normals to go the other direction, I ended up having to, we'll just get this going back the other way. So now the offset's working like it's supposed to do. Without this display normals thing, I was having to go offset surface and pick a surface and then type in a number and then checking which way it went. Okay, so that means that normal's going outwards and that one's going outwards, but I have to go before this knit, don't I? So up here, if I was to go offset and pick that one and go 1 millimeter, okay, that's going inwards. So it's quite a laborious process to try and go around without a visual aid to tell you which way the surface normals are aiming. This is proven, well, it's going to prove to be quite useful, being able to do it on the fly like this. I'll just show you one other way where your surface normals can be affected. So if I went back up to this surface here, this loft, we roll back and hide a few other bodies. So at the moment, if I display normals, that one's aiming outwards. So let's go in there and edit that feature, and we can see the first profile is this inwards one, and then second is this sketch here. So if we swap those around and go OK and update our normal display, that's now aiming inwards. So that's the problem we're facing here. You know, anybody that has to update surface models that's got lots of features hanging off it underneath can cause a real headache for you. So I'll probably put the VBA for this in the description. It can go a bit weird, like first time you run it, if you haven't rotated the model and screen or something, it won't show the normals. And I wouldn't run it on something with hundreds of surfaces because it can take a wee while. It will only display the normals on surfaces that are in the display port. That was one of the things I sort of set up. Let's just open a different model, have a look. Okay, so this model's got lots more surfaces. As you can see, it's got fillets. So if I bring up my display normals and go display normals, it might take a little while to run through the model and process, because it's got to figure out where the center of each face is. Again, not being a VBA expert, you know, not necessarily my cup of tea. So keep constant size. That means if you were to let's actually just hide a whole lot of stuff. Clear normals. It takes a while to clear them as well, like if there's lots of them. Okay, display normals. So if you have this constant size, it sort of means like if you zoom in, it'll scale them off again. But if you just want them at constant length, you just turn that off, and then you can control your normal size depending on where you enter them in the box up the top there. Fairly useful tool. Right, I think that's it from me. You won't see me again on YouTube unless I come up with something else that qualifies as being useful. Okay, thanks, have a good day. Andrew Jackson, AJ Design Studio. See ya.